This is the story of the time that Ticketmaster ruined my life, crushed my hopes and dreams, deceived me, betrayed me, and permanently damaged me forever. So Harry Styles is the love of my life. Like, I was obsessed in high school. I had a cardboard cutout, I had the airplane necklace, I had the tattoo sweatshirt, I blogged about him on Tumblr all the time. All I did was watch Vine edits of him, watch YouTube edits of him, watch interviews, do this, do that, watch all of his little concert live streams from One Direction. Like, I would like walk out of my classroom in high school because One Direction was doing something in England at the time that was live streamed through Tumblr, and have my little headphones in the hallway watching One Direction instead of being in class. I was in so deep. I love him. I love him so much. So my mom buys me and my sister tickets to the Atlanta show where she lives for the first tour, not the stadium tour. And I'm so excited. And my friend Bay, she went to the same high school as me. We both loved Harry so much. She didn't get tickets for that tour. So then when he announced more dates, she buys 2 tickets for her and her sister to go to Madison Square Garden. And you know, like, that's iconic as hell. That is the coolest place ever. And I was like, oh my God, Harry Styles at Madison Square Garden? Are you kidding me? So she's like, do you want me to buy you a ticket? I will buy you a ticket and you can pay me back. And I was like, done. Got the ticket, text my sister, Rebekah, that I'm going to the show with in Atlanta. And I'm like, I'm seeing Harry Styles in Madison Square Garden. And she's like, if you don't get me a ticket, we're not sisters. So I got her a ticket. She gave me her card information and I got her a ticket like instantly. But the way Ticketmaster did it, it was like randomly selected. So Bay and her sister are up here on the floor. I'm back here right by the B stage, and Rebekah's ticket is behind me 10 rows by the sound set. That's the tickets we got. That's what Ticketmaster told me my seat was. That's what I envisioned for a year. So fast forward to October when I go see Harry in Atlanta. It's the first time I'm ever seeing him. I'm so excited. That was not a good, that venue was over capacity to like the extreme level. A girl passed out. Everyone was dehydrated. He was like,
hey there. What do you need? What do you need? So everyone can very slowly and carefully take a step back. Very slowly.
I'm sorry, but how could you show your ass like that to Harry? I was like, wow, he thinks we're all acting a fool, can't sit still, can't back off each other like we're all little girls. Oh my God, when I tell, he didn't even, after that, like that was how he introduced himself. After that, it was like, no jokes. Like he didn't want to rile us up. It was the worst. It was very awkward, very sad. And then it ended, and it was like not as sad as it could be because I was like, I'm seeing him again in June. Bring it on, bring it on. It's forward to like May. I'm having a mental breakdown because I have not bought a plane ticket. I've not gotten Airbnb or anything to stay in. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And my mom's like, you should probably sell your ticket, Rosemary. And I'm like, I don't want to sell my ticket. It's Harry. I don't really want. So I do not sell my ticket. Things fall into place. We fly there, we stay with my friend that I met in the group chat about One Direction, of course. Was having a great time, and so the girl we're staying with, her name's Nancy, she's going to his concert on the first night. And Bay, my other friend, is going both nights, but we're going the second night. So I'm like, why don't we just get tickets for the first night? So I look up on Ticketmaster, and they're $90, and I'm like, I don't have $180, I have a $300 budget for this entire trip. I can't really be dropping $180 on this when I'm seeing him tomorrow, so like what do I do? So I go to the app SeatGeek, find some tickets for $45 a piece in the 200 level section, and I'm like, this is great, this is fine because we're on the floor the second night, it'll be fine, I just want to go, this is perfect. So we go, like, I felt like I was on crack. I've never done crack before, but crack has to feel like the high I experienced waiting to see Harry Styles that night. We get there to our seats and we're waiting for Casey Musgraves to come on. And I'm looking around, it's really dark, and I'm like, I can't really tell, but does it look like the sound set is in the front and that the B stage is in the back? And Rebekah's like, yeah, it kind of does. And I'm like, oh, what? Cause, whoa, my dreams are crushed all of a sudden. That the B stage was up here and the sound set was back here, and in reality, it was switched. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm instantly like, wow, I'm gonna be looking at the sound set all night instead of looking into Harry's eyes, which is all I want. So great. I tweeted about it and my friends were like, oh, this happened to me before. I complained to guest services and they upgraded my seat. They upgraded my friend's seat that was also in front of me. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not very confrontational, but I'm gonna give it a shot because it's Harry Styles. Whatever, have a great time the first night. I'm going real hard. He's so amazing. comes, and I'm scared. I'm walking with Rebekah, and she's like, this is my seat, like, where's my seat? And the guy's like, right there. He points at the barricade. The barricade by the B stage, right here in the corner, right by the B stage, the barricade. And I'm like, because you can't say something. Like, I had to let her enjoy it, but my soul was crushed at the same time. And I just walk around to my seat, and I'm a seat away from the barricade, up almost into the corner by the aisle where you walk down, he walks down, almost by the corner, like way up here. And Rebekah's way over here, like by the stage. I'm not by the stage. I am by the sound set. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, well, I'm being an ungrateful brat if I say something. But if I don't say anything and I could have got a better seat, I hate myself forever. So I went up to guest services, told them what was up, and I just phrased it like, I just wanted you to know I'm so disappointed. I bought a ticket thinking I was here because of TicketMaster, and I'm not because of the venue, like blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, TicketMaster doesn't always communicate with the venues. It happens. I'm like, okay, but that's what I was expecting for a year. I spent $100 to do this. And she's like, well, you were better off coming to the venue. You should come to the venue next time, and like, that way you can see the real setup. And I'm like, I flew here? I'm from South Carolina. She gave me nothing. She just looked at me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk away now. And I was like, I'm going to make the best of this. I'm going to touch him. He's gonna walk past me. How could he not? I'm right here. I'm in the corner. He's gonna walk past me. I'm gonna touch him. It will be all I get from this, and I will cherish it. I want to. It'll be fine. I'm happy for her, Rebekah, and I'm happy for myself. It'll be okay. That's all I'm thinking about. And then the show starts. It's great. And the whole time I'm on edge, I'm like, what was that song? What's the last song before he walks? Like, I'm so on edge waiting for it. And then the lights get a little bit brighter, and he walks down the stage, and it's go time. It's go time. Everyone starts freaking out. Everyone runs towards the barricades, and I'm like, and I can't see him, obviously, because he's too short, like, walking through the thing. So I'm just like, oh my God, he's coming. And I have my phone out, steady recording, because I'm not going to miss a second of this. So I'm ready. I'm reaching far. Like, I had a chance. This man is carrying all these flowers walking around, and he chucks all the flowers towards the sound set. Not towards the audience, towards the sound set, because why would he give them to his fans? I'm sorry, I'm not bitter. And then he just pivots on his heel and walks away and high fives everyone across from me, everyone on the other side, walks up on the stage, stands there. I'm gonna do an impression of what he looked like. Ready? The whole time. And the lights were so bright that it was like too much exposure. You know, like on a photo, if the exposure's too high, you can't see anything. Well, that's what it looked like to my eyeballs. And the huge camera that records for the big screen is in my way, so I'm like dodging like this, trying to watch him. He only sings 2 songs at the B stage. He sings Sweet Creature and If I Could Fly. Let me tell you, if I could fly. Like, I'm like, he seriously cannot just not turn around. He does this bit where he shushes everybody during If I Could Fly, and he's like, shh, 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 whatever. I saw him do it the first night. I know that's how he does it. But during the time when it matters for me, this man pivots and he says, all these people, Rebekah's right here, BTW, and stops when he's looking like this. Where am I? Back here. Doesn't even look at me. I screamed really loud. I thought he would turn around and shush me. He did not give a shit. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. He's gonna walk away. The people working start like clearing the way, like for him to like walk on by my side. And I'm like, okay, this is it, girl. You got this. No, I don't know why they were doing that. I guess they were just cleaning up at a very terrible time for me, because he walked down the same way he came. High-fived the same bitches he high-fived the first time. Doesn't even look my way. Doesn't even breathe towards me. Back to the stage. And then I can't see him anymore on the rest of his journey to the stage. When I tell you waterfalls fell from my face, waterfalls fell from my face. I'm texting my mom and I'm like, Mom, I saw the back of his head. He didn't even look at me. Rebekah was staring at him. Because, like, when it was happening, I'm, like, looking like this, like, under the camera, like, trying to find where Rebekah is. And I find her, and she's standing there, like, leaning over the railing, just like, I can't even mock what she looked like. Because my eyes have never held that much love at one time. She was staring at the love of her life. Do you understand? Like, she was just like gazing. It was like, oh my God, it like ripped my heart out of my chest when I saw it. I'm not kidding. They were so close they were so, like, not this close, but like, they were so close to each other. I text her and I'm like, how did it feel living my dream just now? And then I felt like it was a little passive aggressive, but it just came out. And she was like, I'm sobbing. I'm never gonna be able to tell you about how amazing that was, or something like that. And I was just like, yep. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, The next two songs, I don't know how that went, because I was just crying. I was literally so sad, and the girl next to me going so hard, hitting her and I'm just crying. I hear myself now and it's very dramatic, but I had been looking forward to it for a year. So it was like very disappointing. Do you understand? It's not necessarily that, oh my God, I didn't get to see his, oh my God. It's more like I was disappointed, and I watched Rebekah live my dream. My sister lived my dream, like so close yet so far. Like, it was just so sad. So he started signing the Times, and I was like, I have to pay attention because this means it's gonna end soon. But then he's singing it, and he's like, just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. And I was trying to sing along, but when I would sing crying, it was like, because I felt like he was personally telling me to stop crying, like it was a metaphor. And then he went off the stage, and he came back, and he did the encore songs, which are the best songs. It is the best part of the entire thing. He does From the Dining Table, The Chain, and Kiwi, and he added You're Still the One with Shania Twain with Casey Musgraves, and it was really, really good. And I was like, the second this ends, you're gonna cry, so enjoy it right now. The second it ended, I turned to the girls that are standing in the sound set. I don't know who they were, because they didn't have like things on them, but they stood there the whole show. Whose dick did they suck? Because I'm jealous. I was like, can I have one of those? And I'm pointing to this bouquet of flowers that's just sitting there that Harry chucked over there. And she hands me the whole thing, and I'm like, okay. And I hand some flowers to my little concert buddy that I made because she deserved them too. So, and then I'm just like, no one else is touching these. These are mine. He touched this plastic. It's my plastic now. I deserve it. When I find Rebekah, I just break down sobbing on this bitch. I'm crying so hard. She's crying. And it was kind of like an unspoken, it felt like an unspoken, I'm so happy for you, but I'm devastated, in a, I'm so happy, but sad for you. Like, it just felt like we had to cry, you know? But I felt so bad because she was so happy. Like, I did not want to rain on her parade, but my parade had been in a torrential downpour. It hurt so bad. The first night after the show, we all went out to eat and we had fun, and this night, it's pouring down rain. We go in the wrong subway thing 100 times. I'm in heels, going up and down all these stairs, and it's raining. And then we finally start talking about it and whatever, making light of it. And I'm like, I need to see what your view was before we get back home with Nancy, because I don't want to cry in front of her because she don't know me like that. I don't want to make a fool of myself. So she pulls up like one picture, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye before she even showed it to me, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And she looks at me, she's like, oh my God. And she stops because we're on the train, and I did not want to sob, and I was about to sob because she was so close to him. I'm just gonna have to put a picture because it is so painful. I can't even describe it. Look at it, it hurts so bad. I literally woke up in tears the next day. Like, she was asleep next to me, and I was literally just like just steady tears, not sobbing, just like depression. We went to where Nancy works and we had brunch, and Nancy walked away, and Rebekah was like, are you ever gonna talk to me? And I was like, I have nothing to say, I'm sorry. My depression spiraled because of this incident. I was so sad. I was like, I don't even need to love him anymore. He's never gonna notice me. Why do I care so much? Like, oh my God. Like, I was being so dramatic. I was so sad. Eventually, like, it was fine that same day, like while we were out eating, and we looked at all the pictures on Rebekah's phone, and then she was like, and I was like, what? And she was like, and like timidly like showed me her phone, and it was a video, and in the video he looks at her. He makes eye, like, there is no doubt. He, like, it's really fast, but it's like eye contact with the camera, look away, and he's like singing while it's happening. It's so painful. I was like, oh my God, he looked at you, and she was like, and I was like, you didn't tell me, and she was like, I couldn't tell you. She was like, I felt it when it happened, and I was like, oh my God, what did it feel like? Can you even imagine what it would be like to say, I felt Harry Styles look into my eyes? Bitch, I would die right there. What the fuck? And I just had to move past it, but it has been hard. She posted on Instagram about it, and the caption was about making eye contact with him, and I literally I literally had war flashbacks. It was like, wow, like that should be me. Like that's how I felt. But it was like, I can't say these things because I don't really mean them, because you also deserve it, my loving sister. Like, it was just a tough situation. I just felt so robbed because Ticketmaster, the moral of this story is that Ticketmaster ruined my life. Why would they lie to me? God, like it would have been different if that was my seat the whole time and I knew that's what I was gonna get. I knew I was gonna get the back of his head. That'd be so different. But I thought I was really gonna have the time of my life. So the only solution that I've come to is that I have to see Harry a million more times until I finally have that one moment with him, whether it's eye contact, whether it's close to the stage, either stage, touching him when he walks by, anything. I will take anything. I can't completely complain because I do have the flowers. They're right here, hanging on my door. I'm drying them. I'm gonna put them in a shadow box, put them next to my merch that's on my wall. And the plastic is in there. The plastic that he touched, it's like precious to me. So his germs became my germs. And I got sick when I came home. So you never know where that came from. I don't love Ticketmaster anymore. I really want to see Taylor Swift, and the only place I'm looking is on SeatGeek because SeatGeek came through and Ticketmaster fucked me over so hard and it wasn't fun. So yeah, here's to not being bitter.